Well, beloved Dub.
Roy and Abbott.
I'm Buffy.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
Hey, guys! On me!
Get away from her, you.
You're gonna see some serious assembly. Assemble.
Live from Los Angeles, it is West Coast Pop's second hour SmackDown Live Watch Along. I'm Zach, and right beneath me is the final boss.
Welcome back. Final Boss Fridays with the main man, Zach, the real main man of the wrestling industry here. Zach, it's good to be here, man. There's a lot to talk about wrestling. I'm glad to be on live, my boy again. Shout out to all the poppers out there, of course. Thank you for supporting your team, supporting your boys.
Yeah. Daryl, Keith, motherfucking Ford is here. Mr. All Power is here. Knock is here. And anyone else who comes in and out, leave your comments because we're talking about a lot. SmackDown is on right now with Drew McIntyre. Joe Tessitore teased that something could happen tonight. Expect the unexpected. What could happen, Knock, tonight?
Maybe, AJ finally gets a win, stops jobbing to people. I don't know. They're in Boston, so, we'll see what happens, man. Austin Creed is there. He was asking Petey Williams for some advice on a Canadian Destroyer reversal, so who knows, man?
All right. We kicked it off with some stuff going on here. Sami Zayn has officially been moved to SmackDown, and King of the Hill is the sponsor of the night.
Okay. How do you feel these sponsors, these ads are doing here?
If it's weekly like this, I think it's kind of fun with King of the Hill. You just have to watch your storylines because you can't be too serious with old Hank Hill in the middle of your ring.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Phantom. Hope you're having a good weekend. What do you like those sponsors or?
I get it. They're TKO now. They're the full business model. So UFC has it. They're going to have it.
Yeah. Maybelline sponsored NXT this week.
I saw Blake Monroe shouting him out. Maybe get some deals with her.
Yeah, maybe it's TNA, maybe it's Maybelline. Sami Zayn was promised by Paul Heyman so long ago. I can't remember how long it was. If he moved to SmackDown, he would get a world title shot. So we'll see if Paul Heyman delivers on that if we do long-term story booking. And we want cross chance tonight, Knock. Unlike Monday Night Raw, we actually got some chance tonight.
It's heating up, man. There's still a lot of it's a weird time, we don't know. We just got off the heels of, the R-Truth movement getting him back. We got off the heels of Seth Rollins and people in the back, faking out their own company people. So we don't know what WWE is doing, man. They're kind of, throwing the rule book out.
Yeah, they are. Do you think with Sami and stuff going on, you think there's going to be a draft even, or they're just going to keep doing this stuff?
I thought we would have talked about. I mean, we're in mid-August, the new season for TV show September. I thought we would have talked about it by now. If we don't hear nothing by the next week or two, and unless they're doing it really last minute, maybe not. I mean, maybe just move people over. I always love the draft. I love the excitement of anyone can get in your mind as a fan, anyone get moved around. It's kind of cool. So I would love to see that presentation.
I agree. And I think it'd benefit the New Day the most out of anyone if them mourning the loss of the tag division on Raw got moved to SmackDown where it's fucking hot. So
yeah, that'd be interesting. Is this finally Sammy's year to be world champion after all these years?
I think so. And I honestly, this might be a long shot. I think I would give him the title at WrestleMania this year because, again, I'm going to push it. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, no title.
Ooh. Is Randy going away after this? Is he done?
I don't know. Everyone can finally retire once Trash Bag Cena is done this year. So once he retires, we can get over this.
According to Cena a few times now, he is not picking his opponents, contrary to popular belief. So,
okay,
I don't know. This is a statement.
Okay, well, we'll get into that a little bit later because that's going to be hot topics. So we'll get some people in here. Get your thoughts together on TNA being used by WWE and John Cena and Brock Lesnar being used like Goldberg was used to take out AEW. So we'll get your thoughts. I had to save this for when Knock was here. He's here, Mr. TNA. He'll tell you if TNA is selling out or if they're doing all right by WWE. But tonight, Emergence is going on, so we'll try to get updates as live as we can as Drew McIntyre tries to just, I don't know who he's going to beat up. He's going to beat up Tessitore.
Outers and refs to get beat up, and Drew's on a killing spree right now.
Yeah, he is. Noob, hope you're having a good one.
Shout out everybody,
Always
man.
good to
Everyone
see
in the chat. The poppers in the chat, man. Appreciate you all.
All right, as Drew talks, we'll just a little update here on SmackDown. I like this pairing here. I like Charlotte and Alexa with the pairing of Chelsea Green and the Secret Hervis. I think it benefits everyone and is a good storyline for the tag championships.
I love that group. Chelsea Green, again, killing it. I'm glad she brought Alba Fire in there and Piper. What they do on NXT with Ethan Page is cool too. So like that's a solid group, and you need people like that for weekly television.
Yeah. On the bottom left there, you can see Nia Jax turning down Eric, who asked her out earlier tonight on SmackDown.
Oh, yeah.
Our guy Eric, the Flop Daddy, asked out Nia Jax, and she said, "I'm good." Also, Mello and Miz picking up a win, maybe going for some tag team gold against the Wyatts.
I want to say
Hold on, Knock. Knock's internet is Nia Jax right now. That's what Knock's internet is right now. So just bear with them for a little bit. Get your comments in. Let us know what you think of SmackDown as the Street Profits and B-Fab are on. Knock, his internet is so bad he could not star in the new War of the Worlds movie because it would have been a 5-minute movie. That's how bad his internet is right now. The world would have been gone. Knock dipped out. He'll be back in. So let us know your thoughts, and we're going to check in on Emergence. Oh. The MFTs and Solo picking a fight with the Street Profit. This is interesting. This is new. Solo Dolo? All right, this could be fun. This could be a fun pairing. It's different, and it's not for the titles. We don't always need storylines with tag teams. Going for titles, we need fun, fresh stuff like this. All right. Let me know your thoughts on SmackDown as it moves on, and TNA Emergence as it is going on right now. We'll get some updates. What is going on with Naomi? If you watch Stephanie's stories, you learn nothing. But if you believe the internet, she could be pregnant. We don't know. I do believe, let me wait for Knock to get back in on this, Mr. Allpower, because I just have something that I'm very happy that nothing was announced on Stephanie's stories. I think we could do better than announcing stuff on Stephanie's stories. You know what I'm saying? All right, DIY coming out right now to the ring versus the Street Profits. I really do need to get the New Day in on what's going on SmackDown here. I honestly think they just need one set of tag championships. They just need one. And is Cross a work, or is he really gone? Is Cross a work? I think Cross will be back. You know who else will be back? There he is.
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. I was dissing Boston, and they got me out of here. So,
man. All right, you want to talk a little bit of TNA Resurgence, and then we'll get into some other fun stuff because we want to talk about. Okay, let's jump into it. Knox saw Weapons. If you saw Weapons, I didn't see Weapons. Knox is going to give a spoiler-free update on what he thought of Weapons in just a little bit after we touch on TNA.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that, guys.
All right, we had the countdown on Rosemary and Indy. Indy got the green mist, but still, your champion, Leon Slater. This was a good match. I watched this match. It was good. I think Cedric's found a good home.
I think so too, man. He just needs a opportunity to showcase himself. TNA is the right spot for it. You know, they're hot right now. There's a good spotlight, and then the other thing is there's so much young talent for him to go out there and again, like a Leon Slater, Mustafa Ali's there. So many people can have so many great matches with. Shout out to Leon Slater for hitting a Styles Clash. He's gotten a rub from so many people now. He has the twist of fate on his resume, and now he has the Styles Clash to throw in there. Rub so many legends.
I like that. It's very cool. It's like he's TNA's version of like the Super Skrull. He touches one and then he uses the finisher.
That's great because he does a freaking Swanton 450. He truly is the Super Skrull of wrestling right now.
I like this. Let me just say, if whatever happens to Leon Slater after TNA, or if he stays with TNA, but if he doesn't go to TNA, his stock is so high. He's going to be one of the hottest free agents.
To the moon. He's a younger dude. I mean, how often can you say you've seen probably I'm just paint this picture for everybody out there, the poppers. Edge spearing Jeff Hardy off the ladder, Money in the Bank, not right? Or TLC. Mick Foley getting thrown off the Hell in a Cell. How often can you say you were there for an iconic moment? Leon Slater doing a Swanton 450 off the Ultimate X. Me and Zach were there for. That's one of the coolest moments I've ever seen go into a live wrestling show. That
was so cool. Usually some of those, if you're at a certain angle, you can see, what you shouldn't see, but this is just flat out.
Perfect.
Some more stuff's going on. If you all want to get in there and let us know what's going on Emergence right now. Matt Cardona getting some help tonight. And the system in First Class. AJ Francis. He's been all over doing some promo for TNA, just like Mike Santana, but I feel like he's going to get a push soon. Like these tag matches are going to kind of go out of the way.
It's a shame. First Class, I'm glad to see Rich Swann back. Casey Navarro, the other member of First Class, he got injured. I think it was his leg or something, so he'd be out for a bit. So that's kind of stunting the momentum. But good to see, Rich Swann back, but sad to see Casey get hurt like that.
Yeah. I'm going to run down the rest of the card really quick, Knock, and then we'll get some, we'll check on updates as we go along. If anyone has any updates on here, let us know. So Knox, War of the Worlds, Ice Cube, Internet doesn't crash on us and kill us all. All right. Jake something versus Macklin. Do you got any thoughts on this one? Any picks?
My only thoughts, shout out to Macklin, and then shout out to that new beautiful championship TNA has. But I'm so shocked Jake something hasn't won a championship at this point. This dude's a beast.
Yeah. This is a big match right here for the Knockouts World Tag Team Championships.
I'm rooting for inspiration, man. I want to see them get the belts back. Cool to see Fatal Influence in there. And shout out to the Elegance brand, though. I know they're doing the Freebird rule now with the championships, but the whole brand actually with Ash and everybody, they're so committed to it. And I think they're really solid. They're really a good addition to. They're this TNA's new generation of the beautiful people. And I love it.
Oh, okay. I'll take that.
Yeah. Shout out to Elegance brand.
All right. Mike Santana or Sami Callihan. I feel this match didn't get enough build for this to be Sami Callihan's last match. So I think Sami Callihan walks away with a win.
That's tough. I'm not too sure, if injuries or what's going on with him, at this point in his career. It was kind of a little rush for a final match. I would do a final match for him, considering his history with TNA. And that's like a Bound for Glory, Slammiversary type of big feel. I don't know what they're going to do here. I don't know how they're going to get Mike Santana back on track. He should have won the belt in Slammiversary. But these two have a lot of history. They've been posting pictures from years ago when they were way back in the day. So they can build it on their own, even if we're not seeing on the show. And I can't see the history between the two.
Yeah. All right, two more matches. The Hardys versus the Rascals. The Hardys have got to be hanging on to these so they can face the Dudleys with them and then lose them somewhere else down the line.
I think it was a bit too early to announce the Hardys versus Dudleys. We know we're getting that match, the final match ever. We're going to have those belts. I think they could have had a few more matches so we can not have that in the back of our minds, so we can suspend disbelief for a little bit. But the Rascals are great, man. That whole group is incredible.
They're very fun to watch. Moose, I like you, Moose, but you're not taking the belt off Trick at Emergence.
There's no way, man. This is just another way to get Trick another win, another pay-per-view or PLE win for him with the belt. I just need him to drop the belt by Bound for Glory. It's clear to me, though, the reason NXTW people have got these TNA belts because they're in a time for the TV deals. So they need to get the belts in these guys, and we'll see how it goes.
All right. You want to get into that really quick? We'll get Noob's comment and get into the TNA stuff.
Let's do it.
Io Sky versus Asuka at WrestleMania 42 this next year in Vegas. Do you think they should keep going with this until they get to 42, or do you think it'll happen sooner?
I think this is a WrestleMania match. I don't think to the best of my knowledge, I don't think we had two Japanese superstars one-on-one at Mania before. I think that's special, and I think these two are some of the greatest wrestlers of all time, male or female. Yeah. So I would love to see that match there. I don't know how we'll get there, but I think Io might be a Royal Rumble winner candidate for next year.
The crowd reactions, and she's a workhorse. I think she could easily be pushed even further.
So I think you can do this. You can do this at Mania.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get into our big topic here in just a second. I just want to get into, if you saw Alien Earth, let us know what you thought. I got my review up. We just saw a special presentation, and I like it so far. I think it's a very well done series, but we'll follow it throughout the whole thing up until end of September. But they have multiple protagonists and antagonists, so it might not just be like The Walking Dead, but with aliens. So I think we're in a good spot with this. And Knock, and anyone out there, please help me out. I got to figure out a way to get rid of this merch I got from the screening. If you are an Alien fan and you would like an Alien Earth poster and another one from Mondo that I cannot open right now, but it is a glow-in-the-dark kind of poster that you get if you, bring the smoke with the Street Profits, I will send it to you. We'll just find a way to do it. Maybe we'll do like a quiz or something. But if you want some Alien Earth merch, straight from FX and Mondo,
yes,
stay locked to the station.
One of the perks of living in Hollywood with the main man, Zach. And this video he put out here earlier this week, we're very close to 400 views in that review. To all the poppers out there that support our channel, I really appreciate everyone that's been supporting the reviews we've been doing, whether it was the Fantastic Four, Superman one, or Zach's Alien one, or even that Star Wars one I put out. Yes. We are about pop culture, wrestling, movies, and video games. So we appreciate people jumping over to our reviews for the pop stuff in real life. Me and Zach together on the street of Hollywood. So shout out to everyone who supported those videos.
I love it. Knock and I'll be doing some more for sure. And I just want to talk about the next one I'll be doing is going to be in September 10th. I'm going to a Spinal Tap 2 Q&A here in Hollywood at the Chinese Theater. It is a live Q&A. If you have an IMAX near you, you can go to Spinal Tap 2 and they will simulcast it right after the movie on September 10th. I'll have my review up September 10th of the movie because I absolutely love the first one. Knock is mockumentary is like the first one ever. The kind of The Office and Abbott Elementary, like this one started it all. They're doing a sequel this many years later, and they're going to do the Q&A in character. So I'll hopefully, if they don't kick me out for filming, I will film that and have it up on the channel as well.
Hey, Zach's putting a lot in the line for us out here. So shout out to Zach for that one. And speaking of stuff upcoming, wait till October when me and Zach will live stream our review of the new Taylor Swift album. I can't wait, man. Zach, we're ready. October 3rd.
Oh, my gosh. The Life of a Showgirl is just going to melt my mind. I can't wait. 12 solid tracks. The album she couldn't wait to put out is coming out this October.
Yes, sir. Hopefully there's a tour because I'll be honest, I'll probably be there. I'll probably be there.
Yes, Noob. Ice Age is canon in the Alien franchise. It is officially canon.
Okay. Okay, so how does that work? I saw that, but I didn't really get how that.
They're watching it. So as kids, they watch it. So in their universe, this movie exists.
Okay.
So, and also Peter Pan exists. It's all things that are kind of owned by Disney. So
interesting. Yeah. Okay. Shout out to the poppers, man. Shout out to everybody.
All right. We want to get into the big question, Knock, about TNA being used.
That's a good one.
Used to try to take out AEW, WWE in talks that could possibly have them buying TNA, which you, Knox, said from day one. I wish I could find the episode. You said this.
I have to go back.
Very first crossing the line. You said it right off the bat that WWE is probably going to buy them.
I have to go back to this. I try to make sure I said it a few times. I'm sure I wasn't the only one who said it, but WWE does not work with people unless they buy them or there's a very particular reason. And I remember saying explicitly, this will lead to TNA getting bought. They're doing this to build up TNA so they can take a shot at AEW. This is all to take a shot at AEW, and it's getting real petty. And it's we're already seeing half of it. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. With trying to get venues or there's all the stuff that's going on. I don't know.
This is so petty. Goldberg, who was just used to have his final match against All In on the Saturday Night's main event, said they wouldn't do this to Undertaker. No, shut up. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't do this to Cena. Well, guess what? They're going to do it to Cena because they're going to use John Cena's final match to go against AEW. They're going to use him one last time. Not even like the celebration of Cena kind of goes out the window. I'm someone who does not like John Cena, and I feel bad for this because he's going to be used as a pawn for a 1-week hit on AEW.
It's crazy to me because it's not even one of their big pay-per-views. This is just like what they just added recently. Like
they added it for yeah.
Like I can kind of understand, let's take a shot at All In, the big one, but World's End is dope. I'll be watching, but it's not one of the big ones. There's just so much going on. I think in a few years, I really want to look back on how they booked Cena's retirement tour because it's been a little rocky. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm a big Cena fan. He's just one of the people I first got interested to watch. Yeah, I know Zach has his thoughts.
Too bad, man. That's too bad.
Let me tell you, we jumping into TNA with just this. There's someone who's a legend in TNA, Hall of Famer. She's never really online that much. Doesn't post too much, and that's Gail Kim, one of the best wrestlers of all time. She's been posting these last few hours. One of her tweets, I'll read that before I get into my thoughts. And Zach, you could have your response as well. Seeing all the gossip about TNA on here. So would you guys rather have TNA grow on a bigger platform with WWE influence or keep it smaller while maintaining the heart of TNA as it is? I have thoughts, of course, but waiting to say ... Love to hear your thoughts. And she goes on replying to a few people and saying a few things about the leadership. Let me see what she says here. A lot of people are jumping ship because the leadership doesn't really want people build an environment for people to stay loyal and grow here. It's just like a stepping stone. That's what they're kind of turning it into. She says they've offered her her husband a few times to invest in TNA, but he didn't think it was a good business deal because of how it's always run. And she says a lot of the times they build momentum, new leadership comes in, makes bad decisions, make the same mistakes, and it goes back in the same cycle. So she's kind of been going off a little bit on Twitter. I can kind of see it here. She was again let go from the company stupidly earlier this year. I'm really hoping someone gets her on the roster because she's a great mind for this business. But that's kind of what her thoughts were. Zach, anything about that before I get into my thoughts?
That is a good question. But to her smaller side of that question of being kept with the heart of TNA, you just answered in those other tweets. That heart has been operated on consistently by different doctors. And it's just it goes from life support to a little bit of buzz to life support. So I think TNA is the way to make the bionic man here out of TNA. WWE is the way to make it out of here. So I think that's the only way to go.
They're trying to get into the Winter Soldier. I don't know what's going on with TNA right now. It's tough, man. Listen, from day one, Zach, I'm the TNA guy.
I know.
This is all the history of TNA. I challenge anyone to go back to back for me with TNA. It's my favorite promotion of all time. And I was there too. I understand where Gail's coming from because I had those frustrations from the outside looking in. I know she was in the company. She knows way more than I would ever know. You see it. They have such a great span of talent. And then okay, the booking is just what's going on here? Who's running the company? Why are we killing our momentum here, shooting ourselves in the foot every time we get a chance to go, get ahead? And, for someone who's of that caliber, again, one of the best women's wrestlers of all time, all of her history is in TNA. And even her, I feel like they didn't fully get enough out of Gail Kim in her prime. And she's given so much to this company backstage. As a fan, just watching and wanting more. I want TNA to be on a bigger platform. I want people to see the Ultimate X match in front of thousands of people. It's great. I want to see all this. But right now, it feels like TNA is getting gutted. It feels like, okay, we'll take Jordan Grace from you. We're taking Joe Hendry. We know he's coming. We know Mike Santana's coming. I'm sure it's a matter of time before Masha comes. take it. When Trinity was there, it was great, but we knew she was going back because she was a WWE person. That's fine. But a lot of our talent, and I'm not saying AEW doesn't do this as well, but it doesn't feel like it feels like it's going to become another training grounds. I don't, and that's my thing. Like right now, WWE is so ingrained with sharing with them and building them up so they can, maybe be that number 2, like it's rumored, so they can control the number 2 as opposed to AEW. But whatever happens to AEW, whenever this rivalry might cool down at some point, where does TNA go from there? How long does WWE keep investing in TNA? It doesn't feel genuine. It just feels like we're using you right now because it's not like even they need them. We're just using you right now because we can.
It's kind of like what AEW did. AEW too. Tony Khan tried 2, if not 3 times, to buy AEW TNA as well.
No.
This is the exact same thing.
They tried to sell to him, and he denied. He didn't want to buy them.
Oh, I read differently.
Really? I heard they tried to sell a few times in the beginning, and he did not want to buy them at all.
Oh, I heard on the contrary. Let us know.
We'll have to get us the correct information on there.
Yeah. Okay. Either way, if WWE does not buy them, TNA right now is being put on a bike with training wheels. And WWE is going to push them. And then like you said, once this back and forth of them and the co-op between shows stop, are they going to be able to ride on 2 wheels on their own? Once they hit a hill, are they screwed? Do they not know how to get over that hill? I just feel like if we don't, let me say this. I was a big TNA guy. I used to watch it with a friend when they first started on pay-per-view for like $5 an episode. Once the Dixie Carter stuff got over here and Hogan and all that stuff, I tuned the fuck out. Like I didn't want to touch it. It was like rotten meat when someone said TNA to me. I want to see them succeed again. Like the past 5 years or so have been pretty fucking fun with TNA.
Yeah.
All these other old aspects like the X Division, like you said, have been brought back. So I don't want to see that get gutted. We don't know what's going to happen with AAA. There's words of Dom taking the title of Vikingo, which I think is going to be kind of a mistake. Almost being big in there. We'll see how they handle that, but I don't want this to be another version of their developmental.
That's what it kind of feels like the way they're below NXT right now, and I don't know. It's a weird spot. We're still waiting to see what happens in AAA. That's a rumor about Dom taking the belt, which could work. There's another rumor about El Grande Americano taking the belt, and I'm like, I don't know.
All right, let's chill.
But yeah, I feel like AAA is going to get a name change. You're getting a logo change. The only reason I would have loved TNA to get bought, or like I wanted someone on a bigger platform to see the Ultimate X match, or get to see some of Kurt Angle's or AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, all these people get their matches on a bigger platform so people can see those great matches. But if it costs the company and the identity of the company, I just don't know. Look at the track record when WWE buys, promotions. It doesn't necessarily turn out well for that promotion.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough call because they will go backwards if they don't get bought, in my opinion.
Yeah. I just got to see, like, let's pro and con it. Pros, you're going to, there's a TV deal. This is the best opportunity they'll have to get on a primetime TV network.
Right.
So say they get to, whether it's Peacock or like another big, maybe even a CW to go with NXT.
Usually, yeah, CW or A&E, I think, are the two.
With the current booking, would you actually tune in? Would that be something on your radar? Like, hey, let me just check out TNA.
I would if it was available. I would check it out. I would, again, I'd get free cable. That's why I have a DVR and shit. I would DVR it. If they're on A&E or CW, they're not going to be on streaming. So people who don't have cable, which is the majority of people, aren't going to check it out. So you almost need it to be on somewhere with streaming. Or if it does go to Peacock, once the library leaves and goes to ESPN and the PLEs leave, then I think more people will check it out. But to answer your question, if it wasn't me personally, who is, into wrestling and into a wrestling show, no.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, obviously, I'm the biggest TNA fan. I'm going to watch. And then here's the split to that. It's like, okay, we're gonna give you this TV deal. We're gonna give you some of our stars. We're gonna prop you up. Now you're going to Wednesday nights head to head with Dynamite. Now, as a big TNA fan who loves AEW right now, I don't know if I'm watching TNA if it's going head to head with Dynamite. I don't know.
I'll be 50-50 on it because there's still a lot of AEW television that God, is it channel changing? But there's a lot that's great, and they are getting a lot better. Like the smaller venues make these shows look great. I gotta say, man, they look fantastic. But TNA's best ratings don't warrant being on prime time on the CW. Whatever they have on right now, I'm trying to think of what it is. I looked it up. It like triples or quadruples what TNA gets right now on Anthem. Mm-hmm. So that's not a good deal. And you can't just gamble and say, well, we're taking people over from this and this. I mean, look, Marvel gambled and put all these Marvel characters on Disney Plus shows. It didn't translate well. So you can't just gamble and hope that happens and get someone like a 5-year deal and suffer with the ratings.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're in a weird time right now. Again, TV deals a huge pro. Love to see it. You know, I would love to see TNA back on a big stage with these stars like Leon Slater. The women's division is incredible right now over there, Knockouts division. So there are pros. I think the way it's going about it, it feels dirty. And that's what the problem is. It just feels dirty, you know. But like you said, as wrestling fans, more opportunities, more people to be on a spotlight as wrestlers is great. Build their name on television. It's weird how we're going about it right now. But
yeah, let me just pick back off what you just said. All those positives about them going on, opportunities, their names out there, and stuff like that. Now they don't have another place to go shine. Trinity is not happening. All these other things don't happen if TNA is now under the umbrella of the company that they get released from.
Yeah. It's true, and it's in a weird spot where, like, I think Ash by Elegance is going to be in NXT next week. You know, we knew where it was Dana Brooke. You're right with that. I don't think necessarily like, hey, if someone lets go, it's like we can go to TNA. But if it's under WWE, it's like I don't see how that works. So you got a point there. I don't see
right. You can't just break up with someone and then just crash on their couch.
Yeah,
they're not much in your house.
It's a weird transition now. So I see that point. It's going to be tough. And then, like, at some point, like, does WWE keep getting their NXT guys go over there? Like, do you keep doing that to keep those ratings up? Or, like, at some point, do you just pull that? Because, I mean, I can't see the crossover appeal, you know, happening every single week and that lasting and being like, you know, it won't feel fresh anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All good points.
So, yeah, let us know in the chat what you guys think. And the other side of that too is the counter programming that we're seeing right now, the rumored counter programming. You know, we're getting a book allegedly Brock and Cena to go against All Out. Then we got Cena's farewell against World's End, and they're gonna try to stomp out AEW getting another TV deal, which I don't know how long this current one is. But do you see AEW being in a good spot with another TV deal, or where they're at right now, or like I don't know.
I think AEW is fine. They might not, because Warner Brothers is getting kind of like weirdly restructured. I think AEW is fine. I think they'll get another TV deal no matter what. I think they're easy, free TV. They're obviously getting paid, but I mean they're kind of Warner Brothers doesn't pay for the setup and all this other shit. I don't know if they'll get a bigger amount, which Tony Khan I think is gunning for, and I think that WWE apparently thinks they're going to get, which would turn them into the old WCW where they can just pay wrestlers a shit ton of money to come over. Mm-hmm. I think they're fine, though. I think Warner Brothers and Discovery, however they're going to dissect and give head honchos AEW to mull over, I think they're going to see it as a value. It builds their streaming library up. All their old pay-per-views are now up on HBO Max, which is fucking cool.
Yeah.
It just depends on what their current landscape is, because they're gutting HGTV now because their stars are getting paid too much money. So who knows what that's going to be like. They're gutting another cable network. So if they see that they need to gut and do that, then I don't think it's just going to get a bigger deal. That's all. Because AEW is paying for their talent, not Ted Turner and TBS like it was with WCW. So I do think AEW is just fine, and WWE is overreacting. You're not going to be able to take out AEW. AEW is going to be fine. Worst case scenario, they're a straight line and they're going to have their fans. That's worst case scenario for AEW.
I think like it's a like if they would have did this when AEW was in that weird spot maybe a year and a half ago, they might have had something. But like they're hot right now. They have a very singular direction on where they're going. Everything is clicking right now. They're doing great, especially with numbers. So we just had All In, great number. Forbidden Doors about to hit 20K. All Out's about like 13K. Like they're on fire right now. So it's kind of tough to and the product's been good. That's the most important part. So I think they're in a weird spot where like I feel like all the articles that came out in the last year or two, it was so negative for AEW where the tide is kind of turning. It's like people are like going back to being negative to WWE and like they're back on the AEW side, like looking at them as like the underdog, the revolutionary type of, and WWE being the big evil corporation. That's kind of what people are viewing them as. So they don't really necessarily have, at least from the vantage point of Twitter, I will say, doesn't look positive. The positive articles.
Yeah. I think Tony Khan obviously brought this on himself because he was a big mouth and he made his wrestlers be big mouths when they should have been big mouths. But then that all changed. And I think Triple H and whoever else should have gotten over that. But apparently no one did. And now, like you said, it's the wrong time for them to flip the script and do that because now they're just doing too much stuff on here that someone can flip on them. They can call them out on stuff. And it's just the look isn't good. To where before, if it was just them doing business as usual and AEW was mouthing off like they did every Tuesday or every Wednesday night, okay, they could have just done all this shit then. But they didn't because it was more Vince who just really didn't care. Now they're doing it when they probably shouldn't. AEW is delivering. They got a whole new lineup of characters on TV now and talent that they can deliver matches left and right, no matter when you put them on. And it's just, like you said, the product is getting hotter again, and it's not the bigger company now. So now they can easily be looked at as the evil company looking over. And I say evil company just because of a lot of the stuff that they've been doing recently. Yeah. So
I think it doesn't, for me, like, I know people like, it doesn't seem like it's personal. It just seems like it's business. And I feel like this head-to-head, having a secondary competition that they have no control over, this lasted longer than the Monday Night Wars WCW, I believe. I believe at this point, we're in a new realm where AEW, WWE existing at the same time has gone longer than WCW versus WWE. So now I see them getting more aggressive because at some point we're at year 6, get to year 7, you get to year 10. Now there's people that might have been 10 years old when AEW started that grew up with it in their 20s. And I think that's what they're afraid of, and that's what they're getting aggressive about. Because now at some point it's going to cross over. People have grown up with this product and like they have those feelings like, oh, remember when I was a kid and I was watching this and this? It's not necessarily going to be WWE. It's going to be AEW moments, and that's what I think they're afraid of.
Yeah.
For decades, it's always been grew up on WWE. So I think that's what they're afraid of.
That's a really good point. Knock. That's the best point I've heard. It's like that. The Cena farewell tour uses that Homer Simpson gif of him watching, or that meme of Homer in the black and white watching TV and John Cena first started out, and then him like older watching John Cena retire now. I think that's 100% right. Yeah, I think that's you nailed it on the head. That's probably what they're afraid of. You're gonna get that. Like, man, I remember when John Moxley got the belt way back when, and now he's man. You hit it. You hit it on the head. They're gonna have their own moments. Their own Hall of Fame. All the things that they think that they're the only ones that can have.
Because at the end of the day, WWE is always going to be number one. Like they're doing mega deals right now, like billions of dollars. But the fight right now, I don't think it's not to me. Oh, can AEW become number one? Can they fight head to head? I think the fight the WWE is trying to prevent, just to summarize it, is it's fighting time. The longer AEW is around, the more they get into the realm of, okay, we grew up with this. It's not just some company that's here. The success is them being around for a longer time. So I think that's where W is not afraid of, but they're trying to prevent. But again, it's just cool to see being an era where we have this much wrestling going on and like competition is great. Because I grew up in an era where it was just WWE, and it made me want to look for other things or stop watching wrestling. So I'm glad I got so many options.
Oh man, it is a crazy fucking time as a wrestling fan. TNA might get payback on AEW because they're now WWE. I do think AEW kind of used TNA. That was kind of a really bad.
They for sure used them. I I also think it was a bad time to have that partnership where it was the pandemic. There was no people there. I would have loved to see Kenny have that whole moment with fans and see how much they would have brought in if there was, they could have fans as opposed to empty arenas. But yeah, it was. I don't remember any TA people jumping over and getting wins. Like they've done a better job with CMLL. I think New Japan people, they kind of just took their people. When they had AAA had a good showing. They had a good. They had Vikingo had some good matches.
Yeah, that's true.
But the TNA people, there was no knockouts at Jump Ship, or not Jump Ship. No knockouts that crossed over, and I don't remember any TNA wrestlers winning. So you got a point.
All right. Yeah, I think we covered a good deal. As much as we know about what's going to happen with this, as much as we know what's going to happen, I think we covered a good deal. Do you have any last thoughts, being the TNA aficionado here?
We'll just see how it plays out. Again, at the end of the day, I just want I would have loved to see TNA be their own company, have that identity, and still shine and get a TV deal on their own. If WWE has to help them, they have to help them. But I just don't want this to lead to the end of TNA. No matter how many times they shot themselves in the foot, they still survived. I don't want to see them just disappear.
It's fair. All right, let us know your thoughts. WWE helping or buying TNA? You think it's a good thing? You think them going head-to-head against AEW is a good thing? Or do you think TNA should be on their own? Let us know in the comments what you think as more develops on this in the week to come.
Yes. Stick with your boys. Shout out to everybody. Let us know your thoughts.
All right, let's get back into any resurgent news, Knock, that you can think of. Let us, if you can look any up, let me know. Otherwise, I'll try to look some up as we get back into SmackDown. Or Knock, if you want me to look anything up, I can, and you can talk about something.
Yeah, because I'm afraid my Wi-Fi is going to drop back out again. But yeah, like I said, just jumping on the wrestling as a whole again. AAA is about to sell their big Triple Mania show. Great stuff there. CML just sold out with MJF. Wrestling is really, really hot right now, and I'm glad we're at least getting to see other promotions. And we had WWE Garza's defended the AAA tag team belts on a SmackDown. Never thought I would see that. So there are, no matter how bad or dirty it might feel or look, there are some cool things coming out of this wrestling partnerships all around. I will say that
there are. Daquan Towns, the show's going good. Going good. We're still waiting because Joe Tessitore said something might happen tonight. I forgot what he said exactly because I'm old and my memory fades on me. Expect the unexpected, he said. So we're waiting to see how this show ends as there's a multi-man tag match. Will Sammy turn?
Stop the presses. Hold on. You just said Sammy? I know you meant Zayn, but let's talk about Callahan real quick because we kind of talked about it. For anyone who watched TNA Emergence, Zach, Sammy Callahan just retired. He just retired on TNA Emergence right now. Damn, man, the murder machine. He had a great run in TNA, former world champ. I think he'll be best known. I know he's been in GCW. I think he'll be best known for his TNA run, where they was in a bad spot and he still did everything he could with great group, great promos, and was the world champ there. Mike Santana with the victory.
Wow, that is a big thing that just happened at Emergence. Sammy Callahan being retired. I honestly expected him to go team with John Moxley, go over to AEW. But if he's retired in TNA by Mike Santana, I mean that's that's pretty big.
It's crazy, man. With that, TNA Emergence it's on YouTube right now. After you guys watch our podcast, you can go check it out. But you got that. I forget her name in TNA, but Lei Zing, I think. Let me not butcher it. Let me find it. But former Xia Li, Lei Ying Li, has re-signed with TNA, so she's not going anywhere. She's staying on the brand. Okay. And they just announced also on SmackDown, Naomi will give a State of the Women's Championship address on Raw.
See, okay, that is it. Let me find the comment. Daquan says he hopes to give Will Ospreay a world title run. Same.
He's definitely winning at All In next year in London. That we can see that a mile away coming.
Let me go to Mr. Allpower. What's going on with Naomi? So I was so happy that they didn't reveal this on Stephanie's Secrets or Stephanie's Pillow Talk or whatever that show is called that Stephanie McMahon has.
Oh yeah.
I'm so happy because that was like the big thing in my mind was if they're going to use John Cena to get back at AEW, they'll use Naomi. If this is true, this could be speculation. If she is not pregnant, but if she is pregnant, they're going to use that to boost Stephanie's ratings on her podcast instead of doing what they are now doing. Which, if this is the case and she's pregnant, she deserves that Becky Lynch moment to address the fans and let everyone know because. Hopefully everything goes well. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe she really likes being a mom, right? And doesn't want to come back. So, I mean, there's all these different factors. So we need to give Naomi, who's been doing the best work in wrestling, in my opinion, every brand, the best work in wrestling, her moment. She needs that big moment like this. So I'm glad that they're giving her that on Raw.
Yeah. Let her talk. I mean, she's been on this is like, I think, with all the different eras of Naomi Trinity, she's been on the greatest run of her career. It's so good. So whatever she has to say, man, we'll take it. We'll hear her out, and I just hope give her 20 minutes to open the show. I mean, I think we're going to be in for the feels on Monday.
I think so. All right, good to hear. I'm glad that they're doing that. She's been so funny mispronouncing Stephanie McCur's name constantly and differently every week. She's just so good, even riding around on her suitcase. Everything that she's doing is it just gets me. Not too many wrestlers can make me laugh, but she makes me laugh like a motherfucker because she's cold as ice sometimes too.
And that's one of the things, man. Like, it just makes me think, like, there's so many wrestlers that were held back over the years. I'm so glad we got to see this version because, like, she's so good. This is a Hall of Fame talent right here.
This is. I think this version of Naomi, the Liv that we got on her last run, and Rhea Ripley before this past like WrestleMania are three of the biggest superstar upgrades that I think I've witnessed in a long time. And you can put the OTC on there too, Roman Reigns. I think those are like the biggest upgrades I've seen since like the Attitude Era where everyone just became superstars and went up the ladder.
I can definitely see that.
All right, we've got 10 minutes left. Knock, would you like to tell the world about a movie that you saw that wasn't really for you, but you went and saw it?
Yeah, so I think me and Zach might have briefly talked about this before, maybe in person or on the show. Bidding War, I think it's the movie that Jordan Poole had wanted, but his team didn't get it, and a lot of things would happen. I didn't know this, but like Zach, you were the one who told me that the director for this movie is going to be directing the new Resident Evils.
Yes.
The Resident Evil is going to be very creepy. It's in some good hands here, or bad hands, how you really want to look at it. I didn't. And another thing I will say before I get into the movie, I didn't know the entire cast had to get recasted because of the writer strikes and all the delays that there was so many schedule conflicts. So Josh Brolin is in there. It was originally Pedro Pascal, of course. I forget the woman that was supposed to be in there, but Julia Garner took over. And there's one other main character that had to get swapped out. So they had to pretty much do this from scratch. There's another character who stayed on, and he stuck with him the whole time through the scheduling conflicts, and the director's bringing him back for Resident Evil now. He's sticking with him. So it's kind of see that hand in hand. I will say this. Go into this movie. If you like horror movies, go into this movie. Don't watch a trailer. Just go blind and just watch. The way they directed and they shot and went and told the story is different than a lot of other movies. It's nothing revolutionary, but it's just different. I like the way they chose to tell the story because as you're trying to piece certain things together, they're not spoon feeding you stuff. They're like kind of giving you in sections. And I'm like, okay, this is getting like it's building, and I thought it built very well to to the final segment of the movie. Everyone did a great job acting. Story's good. The movie's not for me. I will never watch this movie again. I will never watch it again. This ruined me and my girlfriend's day. If you ever seen Midsommar or Hereditary, I'm sure great movies, greatly directed. They ruined my day, not for me. So if you have some time to ruin your day and you don't want to enjoy your weekend, I would check this out. That's the best way I can put it. Or at the very least, have something else to watch after this to buffer it. Go to the park and walk around, get an ice cream. Try to even it out because it's bad. It's really bad in a good way.
I love that so much. I love that review. I haven't seen it, and I want to see it even more.
Yeah.
But that's your review on it. Okay.
Um,
I saw his last movie, Barbarian. It is the end, like not the end scene, like the end half of that movie is like, what the fuck? Like, it's a cool, messed up mind. So I don't know if that's exactly what you got with this too, but
yeah. Like if you're looking for a feel good ending, you're not getting it. You're not. This is a horror movie, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. So like when you finally get to like the final act of the movie, and it's like you start seeing what's actually going on. It's like, oh, so that's all I'll say. Try to avoid some spoilers. They're already talking about, like I told Zach, they're already trying to like spoil like some of the final act stuff that happens, and they're posting pictures. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Because I had no idea that this was happening, and you're posting this. So please try to avoid that if you haven't seen it already.
All right. Review of Weapons from Knock. He really makes me want to go see it. Hopefully he makes you want to go see it too.
Never see it again.
Never see it again, he said. I watched as we get to the 6-man tag here on SmackDown, what did I watch? The Monkey, Final Destination Bloodlines. I can't remember. I thought I saw one other like newer movie that was out, but yeah, that's about it.
I got those on at you then. If you need a movie to balance it out, just show some range. Go watch Freakier Friday. That's a more jolly, good movie. Get you the good feels. That's a feel good movie. Shout out to Lindsay Lohan and the crew. That one felt good to watch. We left the movie smiling after that.
And I'm the old man. Don't watch that Weapon stuff. Oh my God! Did you watch that Freakier Friday? That's really good. It's positive. I love you, man. That's.
Oh man,
you make me feel young. Thank you.
Shout out to Freakier Friday.
I'm gonna make a short of that. That's all it's gonna be. 3 seconds long. Shout out to Freakier Friday. All right. Speaking of movies this month, at the end of the month, Thunderbolt is coming to Disney Plus, and today you can watch Superman at home. It is now streaming. It technically has ended its theatrical run. Yeah. Yeah,
that's pretty early. That came earlier than Thunderbolts.
Yeah, it's not streaming on HBO Max yet. That's going to come in October or late September. I think in like first week of October, maybe later, but I think in October. But yeah, you can get it at home if you want to watch it at home and laugh at James Gunn humor. I did like the movie. Yeah. It's easy to shit on. I'm
curious your thoughts on Thunderbolts once you get to watch it.
All right, I'll watch it next weekend.
Yeah. One of the better end credit scenes. I will say that.
Oh, I did see those already. I watched those.
Okay.
King of the Hill. If you haven't watched King of the Hill, this is probably the best remake, or whatever you want to call it, reboot ever I've ever seen since X-Men 97. Those are the two best. Those are the two staples. X-Men 97 and King of the Hill are the two that people should blueprint and format after. All these other ones are pissing me off. And just like not even worth my time. I know, and just like that ended like the whole run. But God, it's such a hard show to watch.
We got a lot to talk about X-Men 97 off air.
Oh, okay. I did watch a video about him, so it's one thing about being here in LA and in Hollywood. Everyone, you get to hear things about people involved in things.
You do.
Like
I got
dinner conversations on rents. Like it's very fun.
Hey, if you go to a movie theater here, you'll hear a lot. You'll hear a lot. It's out in the open,
That's the one thing I missed going to like movies where we used to go is just like people leave and be like, so and so in that movie wasn't nice, or like this and that. Like, oh really? Mm-hmm. Eavesdrop and have some fun.
We had a certain TV writer that or he created a show, and he would always take a call. And he got into a big feud with his agent walking out of a movie just right there next to concessions one time. Yeah. Just crazy stuff.
The worst one I ever saw was Rian Johnson coming out of one of his movies when The Last Jedi came out, and people were shit-talking it. And he just stood there. He stood there on the side of the wall, like listening. It's like, I felt really bad because I was watching his he was very happy they're talking about The Last Jedi. And then he heard what they were saying. You just saw him just like get deflated.
Damn.
Yeah, that was tough to watch. He's a good filmmaker.
He's got some good movies.
Yeah. Solo up top. I think Solo is yeah. Oh no, that was gonna pin Jacob.
He's really coming to his own as a character.
He's so funny. He's so fucking funny.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Spike Lee and Denzel. They're working together again. Haven't seen the movie yet, but I do want to see their new movie together.
They are 3 blocks away right now, Knock, doing a Q&A for that movie.
Oh, nice.
We have 3 minutes left. Are they going to do a big surprise like Joe Testosterone said?
We'll see. Unless they get an overrun too, like Tony usually gets.
No, it is USA, so hopefully we do get an overrun, and what Joe Beefaroni teased will happen. I just want to do what Naomi was doing with Stephanie Bakura.
I'll pick it up on that.
I'm trying. I think I could go a couple more episodes.
Let's see it. Oh man. Everyone else in the chat, what are you guys doing? What pop culture video games or movies are you guys playing or watching? I know the Battlefield 6 beta is alive again for this weekend. If you didn't get a chance to play it last weekend, I saw a video posting about that, the impressions, and is Battlefield really back?
Oh, I've never played a Battlefield. Should I jump in on this one since you?
I think so. Dog shit, but this one is really, really good.
Okay. I need to get back into a video game. I got to get into Spider-Man, but there's always like something else that comes up. So.
Oh, yeah. Spider-Man's one of those, like, it's just fun. And then, like, once you get past, like, the quick little learning curve and you unlock some abilities, you're just going to have a blast. It's just so fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got a few games coming out this year that I'm interested in. Ghost of Yotai, Spider-Man 3 should be out at some point. Wolverine is still in the cooking. We'll see what's going on there.
That thing's the slow cooker.
Yeah, I hope they didn't forget about it. Don't leave it in too long.
All right, Sam's going to pin Solo. And that's it. Sammy just pinned Solo Sikoa.
Wow.
Jimmy Uso on. He's been all smiles this whole match. He's getting punched in the face and he was smiles. I think we know it's going to be announced on Monday.
Jimmy should have proceeded with caution. Hey.
Here we go. Anything going to happen with this? I think this is it. Joe Tessitore. That's it. There's the executive.
That's it. We're rolling the credits.
That's it. We're rolling the credits. All right. Faces stand tall at the end. The MFTs and Solo lose. That is SmackDown for August 15th, 2025, as summer is winding down. We're almost done summer knock.
Crazy flying by.
That's it. There's the USA logo. Goodbye.
All right.
Let me see if there's an update on TNA Emergence as we wrap this up. Knock, if you got anything else that you want to talk to the people about before we get into any more Emergence.
Definitely want to keep again. Shout out to the poppers and floppers, man. We're out here. I think 4,000 is it loads 947 poppers and floppers and rampagers out there joining your boys every week for our videos, Zach shorts, and all the streams that we do each week, man. So again, I really appreciate all the support you guys give us. You know, we're trying our best here. We're learning on the go, and all the videos we put out there, from the reviews to the live streams. We just appreciate all the support. People jumping in with the comments. Your comments, you know, they make my day. Even some of the hater comments. So thank you again for all the people supporting us, and we'll keep trying to do our best for you guys at this platform we call the West Coast Pop.
Hell yeah, well said. Women's tag champs do not change hands, and right now we're going with Steve Macklin against Jake something. So we've got a few more matches to go. If you are enjoying TNA Emergence, hope you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
If you are enjoying it, then you are enjoying it. So I guess, anyways. Yeah, TNA's been solid. They've been solid the past few years. If you got any comments about TNA, WWE, and AEW, we'd love to hear from you.
We will, man. We'll see how it plays out. They're doing record numbers, so something's working.
You know. All right, that's it for Friday night. Hope you have a great weekend. TNA coming up. We got a lot more. Hopefully, Knock and I will be back one of these Wednesdays. Otherwise, next Friday we should be back right here, and hopefully with Knock as well. We'll talk some more wrestling, pop culture, and everything else. If there's anything else you want to see on the channel, let us know, because we love to do different kinds of things. So that is it. Any last words, Knock?
We'll see you guys next week. I will be here either Wednesday or Friday with your boy, the main man, Zach, the real main man. It's your boy, the final boss, man. SmackDown, TNA, AEW's coming up, man. A lot of big stuff in wrestling. And again, just the poppers and floppers, we appreciate you all.
And again, if you want Alien Mondo poster, an Alien Earth poster, and I just saw you get the free soundtrack and a free big ass pin that's in here too. Free Alien Earth merch. Will be doing something here on the channel for it. So if you're an Alien fan or know someone who is, holidays are coming up, birthdays always come up. We'll be doing something revolved around Alien Earth to do a giveaway right here on the channel. All right, that is it. Well, have a great night, everyone. For Knock and Eric at home, who got denied by Nia Jax today on a date. Have a great weekend, and of course, be excellent to each other.
Peace out.